What is up, everybody? WTF. Welcome
WTF.
to Funkatopia. Man, I gotta switch sides. I don't know why it's always I think because I bring you up first. It's just this is the way it is, man.
Well, there you go.
I hope that everybody is doing well. Tonight is a free-for-all. We're gonna just be talking about everything. And man, it is insane. We're going to be definitely talking about Princegiving. I know everybody wants to talk about Princegiving. Everybody wants to talk about Princegiving and to kind of get the dates and whatnot. And I've got some weird, I don't even know how to describe everything that's going into Princegiving this year. It's insane. But
I can tell you this: it's definitely chaos and disorder, unchaosed and reordered. That's what it is.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to go ahead and bring on the radio show folks right now. Hold on a second. And welcome to Funkatopia. Hey, you know what? I might as well go ahead and play this for you fine folks on the radio. Go ahead and do a little bit of our intro. If we can.
Yes.
Yeah, baby, now. Okay. Anyways, welcome to Funkatopia, WTF. And man, we are going to have an amazing, fun time today. We're going to be talking just about everything. Thank you for the early birthday. I'm assuming that's Cami. I wish that StreamYard would fix this issue so we could actually see names. It used to be fine. And now it just started this weird thing. So now it just shows Facebook user. Deborah, hello. Deborah has been in the house, has been waiting for the show patiently since 7:34. So she was like 26 minutes early. Wow. Trish, how you doing? Trish, Catherine.
Hey, Trish, Catherine.
Yeah, and also throw your location up there when you get an opportunity. Love to see where you guys are tuning in from. Catherine, hello. Janie, hello. Laura
Guitar.
No. Yes. Caroline, hello. Greg Brown from snowy Milwaukee. Yeah, I heard you guys got hit pretty hard. Lenny Beeson, Aaron Frigo. Turn on the air conditioning. Aaron Frigo's in the house.
Aaron's in the building.
Diaria's in here. Trish again. Carrie, hello.
And Ing is back. All right.
Yes, Ann is in. What was I was just
seemed like she disappeared.
And won a copy. We on Facebook we did we gave away 4 copies of Maite's book.
Yes.
And the most beautiful. We had 4 copies that was given to us from the auction house on Facebook, Mrs. Wellington's Warehouse. Very, very cool Facebook auction house. Again, just look for it, Miss Wellington's MRS, Mrs. Wellington's Warehouse. A really, really cool auction house. And they had 4 hard book copies that they were giving away. And Anne won one of them. She got an opportunity to meet Maite and everything. And so it was cool. It was Maite's birthday. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday.
It was just
day before yesterday.
I don't know for sure.
Yeah. And
awesome.
Yeah, Molly's chilly northern Michigan. Yeah, Sean's in here as well. Lisa's in here. All these fine folks. So Catherine's out of Wisconsin.
Donna from Detroit.
Trish is in Colorado. Carolyn's in North Carolina.
Yes. Stone Mountain, huh? All right.
There we go.
Hey, neighbor.
Yeah, man. So I didn't announce ourselves. I'm Mr. Christopher, the host of the illustrious Funkatopia radio show, funkatopia.com and whatnot. And of course, this tonight is our amazing show. And this is what we call Funkatopia Live with my illustrious co-host, Jeff Page. Page.
Gotta get it down to the soul, man. Get here.
Yeah, John Frost is in New York. John's one of the OGs. He's a Funkatopia OG for sure. There's so many. Cami is an OG. There's a Laura Guitar in Canada, I'm assuming. Have you seen Andre around? Is Andre okay?
I don't know, but maybe.
I don't think I've seen Andre in like the past couple of broadcasts.
Few weeks, yeah. It's been a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
But yes, again, welcome to a Funkatopia Live. I hope everybody is having a good time. And so, what'd you do this? You just got done spending a lot of time. This is actually the pre-show, just so you know. We got a couple more minutes before we start the actual show, but just kind of wanted to jump in, say hello to some fine folks, and then
Mhm.
we'll kind of get to the whole shenanigans. But this past week, you've been very, very busy boy. What have you been doing there, fella?
Yeah, man. I've been out in Nashville, Tennessee. I've been doing my thing out there. We had a 4 day singer-songwriter conference. So artists come together and learn more about the industry from professionals in the industry and the big names, like real big names. And it's wonderful because it's a family in our conference. It's always that, you go to a conference and you see people and you wave and you like wish you could talk to them. Well, when you come here, you do. So yeah, it was a lot, and we did the Icon Awards. We honor industry icons, like majors who've done major things. So it's over now, and I'm trying to get rest, trying to catch up. But it was awesome. It really was. It really was awesome. Um, I don't know. I know we have a lot of artists, a lot of musicians, but songwriters. You're familiar with the MLC and Sound Exchange. We had those guys come out and talk and explain things to people, and you get to ask real questions. So it's not just sit and watch. So it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. Everybody seems to be super, super busy doing a bunch of stuff. I don't know if you saw the show. Well, on the Facebook post, our good friend that used to be on this show, Mr. Rob Rhythm,
Mm.
he was actually at the Elton John concert, the Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and the newspaper actually got a picture of him, the Arizona Central newspaper, and he's standing there with his hat. It's what's unusual, which I don't understand. He's the only one standing up. Elton John comes on the stage, and all these old people just are sitting down, and Rob is the only one standing up. So he was worthy enough to get a picture.
That's
In
awesome.
Arizona, yeah, it's very, very cool. And we were posting about it. A lot of people was wanting to
That
know if he's doing well. Yes, he's doing well.
that's a cool shot too. I love it.
Yeah, there's actually a second shot too. That's a second shot where he's putting the hat back on.
Brilliant.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it was really cool to see him out and about doing his thing. He's just, he's obviously been going through a lot. So it is a very messed up world for sure. There's just so many things that, you know,
Yeah, yeah, all over, everywhere. Everyone's super busy. And then as we come to the close of the year, it's even more hectic.
yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
Yeah, mental health times two in this
Exactly. But I
universe.
got my candy corn, so I'm cool. At least I got to enjoy them and
Do
and the leftovers.
do you eat candy corn like by layers? You like bite off the
Bite them
top
all. Yeah,
part,
of
by
course,
layers?
of course. Even when they do the pumpkin one now, I'll bite the pumpkin top off and chew the pumpkin. I mean, it's just so good.
Oh my god.
Nothing beats a candy corn. That's all I'm saying. Eh?
Yeah, no, you have it. So welcome
Yes.
to WTF. Welcome to a Funkatopia. Listen, I've got a lot of things to talk about, but we kind of got a little bit of a surprise here. I didn't even bother to tell Jeff Page about this. Kind of got a little bit of a surprise here, but our my good friend Shelby J um, is well. Let's just go ahead and bring her in. Shelby J's in the house. What's up, girl?
Shelby,
Hello.
it's so awesome. You popped in and I almost lost it. Like, oh wait, calm down,
Oh
calm
my
down.
gosh. Oh, stop it. Stop it. Hey guys. Hey everybody. Folktopia world. What's up?
What is going on? I am so glad to see you out and about, and you were just kicking butt and taking names. You were just like,
Absolutely.
you're so busy
You,
now.
thank you. So you know what? It's just I'm very thankful and it's just been so great. I've been very happy about the response to this new song I put out, of course.
Mm,
The about to be smelling like Thanksgiving. Nobody saw it coming. It was something really dear to my heart. And it's so wonderful that I can talk about it tonight. Can I talk about it a little bit?
yeah, hold on a
Um,
second.
I'm in the kitchen,
Uh-oh.
boiling up the noodles for my mac and
Yeah.
Yes.
mama. I can't forget my collard greens, cause you know it's about to be smelling like Thanksgiving. About to be smelling like Thanksgiving. About to be smelling.
Yeah. So I want to make sure that everybody goes and picks up this amazing new single that you put out. And yeah, so you're going after that Mariah money now, but like for Thanksgiving. So when Thanksgiving comes around every single year, Shelby wants to make sure that she's in that mix every single year. You got
You
it.
know, it's like before Christmas, we have to give thanks. You know, before we get
Yes.
to the gifts and all of that, we got to give thanks. I'm like, slow down, low down.
Mhm.
We got to, I'm not ready for Santa in the tree just yet. But
Yeah.
the song was really inspired by my mother and our beautiful memories of just the fellowship and just how I was brought up with my family and everybody getting together, especially Thanksgiving. That was a big one. It was like, cousins that I hadn't seen for a while and uncles and the card table and the kids and everything. It was just a big fellowship. And my mother, who is an amazing cook, would have the house smelling. I mean, even it started really around the day before. Actually, the Monday of Thanksgiving, the grocery store shopping, all the prep, everything. And I'm okay
Yeah.
marking the stuff off the list. And so today is the 2-year anniversary of my mom's passing,
Oh,
and November 15th. I know it's something. And I was talking to my sister Lynn about it. And with this song, we had our first Thanksgiving together last year in 2021 without my mom. I was cutting up onions and celery in the kitchen, and these are her recipes. And I had bought the collard greens, and I was doing everything. And we were sad. And the minute I took that dressing and put it in the oven, and the whole kitchen, the whole house started to smell with those aromas that just really both brought us back to feeling that energy and that love from mama. And I was like, man, it's about to be smelling like Thanksgiving up in here. And so Lynn started beating, and I started like coming up with the song. And I was like, I got to make this into a song and let everybody, hopefully they feel the joy. And so I ended up writing it, and we wanted to put it out for this Thanksgiving, and wanted to grow each and every year and just let people know that, it's all about whether you're with your family or whether you're with your friends. It's about giving thanks for the times when like we couldn't get together the past couple of years. You don't know what you miss until you can't do it. And so now that we can get back together, it's like, man, it's that joy and that fellowship. So I hope everybody feels the love in the song and gets involved in the contest, the challenge, and everything that we got
I
going on
asked you
too.
about that. I wanted to know about what this challenge is. It's a very long hashtag.
Yes,
Uh,
it is. It's about to be smelling like, it's the B2B SLT challenge, which is the about to be smelling like Thanksgiving challenge. Shelby,
right.
your girl right here, is finally on TikTok. It took everybody's like, Shelby, please get on TikTok. Please
Dang.
get on TikTok. And so listen, I gotta show love to the kids too. And
Yeah.
so they love dancing and everything. So I'm like, I'm always adding, never subtracting. So I'm
Right.
like, I've got my Facebook, I've got my Instagram. I've got people here and there, but a lot of people on TikTok were like, please come on TikTok. I said, okay. So I decided this was a great time to go on and get on TikTok. I'm Shelby J Official over there. And we've got a couple of videos up. People are sending us videos where the contest that we're having is you download the song and you can do whatever you want. You can be in your kitchen, acting out parts of the song with the onions, the celery. You can involve your pets, your kids, just whatever brings you joy when you hear this song. And we are getting some videos that people are getting creative. I mean,
That's
it's
awesome.
something to watch them. And we're going to share them, and we're going to pick 3 to give prizes to. We're going to have Visa gift cards. I've got Anthony Hamilton grits from the Hamilton store. We've got Shelby J merch. So we just want everybody to just have fun with it. And,
You
that's
got
what it's all about.
you got a $25 gift certificate to the Funkatopia store that you're going to give one of your winners.
Am I going to give that away? Really? Is
Boom.
that, are you guys doing that for me? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you
Not
so
a problem.
much.
Yeah,
I
we'll take care of
appreciate
you.
that.
We'll
That's
definitely
what's
take care
up.
of
Yeah,
you.
thank
And
you guys.
yeah, so not to get, in feel. And first off, let me apologize. I did not announce that Shelby was going to be on the show because there was a few reasons for it. First off, there's so many people that tune into the show anyways. I really wanted it to be a surprise when Shelby came on, and Shelby's like, do I not say anything? Do you want to just be quiet? I was just like, it's I'm not telling anybody. It's just gonna be fine. I just wanted people to actually have a little bit of a surprise. They're going to come in and enjoy the show anyways. And so it is a blessing to have you here, Shelby J. I've
Thank
been
you.
a huge fan of yours, for many, many years. And, we've talked many times that's at the celebration and whatnot. So I'm just glad.
Thank you guys for all you do to keep the funk alive.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know,
But
Absolutely.
I didn't want to get too involved in feelings, but you said she passed away a couple of years ago on November 15th.
Mhm.
What was that Thanksgiving like, being that it was so close,
Rough.
because it was and that was also 2020. So you were kind of mid-pandemic. Was there any
Mhm.
Thanksgiving plans anyways, or?
Yeah, it was really surreal when I think back to it because we were in the middle of COVID. I mean, there wasn't even a vaccine yet. So even with her memorial, which we had like 3 days before Thanksgiving, it was limited to who could come. People were still finding out about what is this COVID thing. It was just a lot of unknowns.
Right.
But we did have a memorial for her, and but it was really, I hadn't seen some of my family that whole year because of the isolation and because I was my mom's caregiver for that entire time of her illness, which was a blessing to me when I look back over it. Having that one-on-one time with her every day. I couldn't expose her to anything. She had a compromised immune system. And so I had to really watch where I went. So there were things that I wanted to do that were still going on, but I just couldn't take that chance because I had to come back and take care of mama. So when I go, I'd get in. I think I did an autism walk like in September, but I was there and I was gone really quickly because I didn't want to take any chances of me getting sick. Then who's gonna, step up and take care of mama? So, and be there. And I know Lynn and Kim absolutely would have, my other sisters, but I just had to factor that into every decision that I made, the little bubble that we had.
Yeah.
But we went to see Wakanda Forever today, and Angela Bassett is a good friend of mine. She is my soul sister for life. I sang at her 60th birthday party a couple of years ago, and I had no idea that. Well, I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it, but there's a very touching moment and something that happens in the film that I didn't know was going to happen. And the fact that I went to see that movie today and these things happened, it was just it was very emotional for me today. But it was beautiful, and Lynn and I talked about it, and I'm so thankful for the love of my sisters. I'm thankful for the love and support of all of the fam out there that always send me messages, like real people messages, like Shelby, thank you for introducing us to your mom. Thank you for, we met your mom in New York at BB King's when you and Liv and Judith were doing a show. Thank you for this. And I'm very transparent. So they would see pictures of me and mama at bingo, and then they see me on stage, and it's like, that's my life. It was never an either or. It's like, this is who I am. These are the things I love to do. Singing is a piece of the pie. Writing songs is a piece of the pie. Being in Prince's band was a piece of the pie. But there were a lot of other pieces. And I wanted people to really know the whole Shelby, and getting to know my mom and my family and those kind of real things. I think just really let people know that I'm a down home girl. And, so I thank them for just embracing that and, letting me know that they embrace that. They like the fact that I keep it 100 with them, so that's pretty cool.
That's what I've always loved about you, is that you've always just kind of told it like it is.
These are the facts.
There's a couple things that I wanted to know. First off, this new single, About to Be Smelling Like Thanksgiving, is this a new label for you? Because
Yes. Yes,
Who
yes.
are they and how did you
It's
them?
owned by my sister. My sister Lynn started her label, Genre Music Group, about 12 years ago. And she was working with gospel artists. She's also my drummer. She's an amazing businesswoman. She's an amazing musician. And the dream, and something that we all talked about, even with my mom, was as things went forward, we wanted to do something together. And we just didn't know what it would be, but I knew that time and God and the universe would put it together like at some point. And so
Mm.
when we conceived this song basically together in the kitchen, because I was singing and she was beating on everything, and I said, this is great. And I said, Lynn, I said, we ought to put this out together, just on your label. And she kind of looked at me like, for real? And I was like, absolutely, because she has really done such a great job with getting the song to radio, getting the song to just all different types of program directors. They're sending us messages. And so we work together as a team. And this way I can support her and bring eyes on her label. And then she can support me. And it's really, really great. It's family.
That's
Yeah,
wonderful.
yeah. I love the fact that I did a post on I'm posting I'm also putting up all these. I hope you're seeing these little messages here. There's like so many of them that are flying by. I'm trying to
Oh,
fill in my I hope you're seeing the messages.
I see them. I see hearts and
Okay.
stuff.
One of the things, because like the second that I posted it, it was not even like a few hours after I had posted that you had a new single. I immediately got an email saying, "Thank you for supporting Shelby," blah 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 blah, and from the label, and I was like,
Right.
that was kind of unusual because because it's very very unusual for labels to actually be, and Jeff Page can tell you this about the industry. It's like they're very very they just kind of throw a bunch of things at the wall and just kind of see what sticks, but then they really don't even pay attention. So it was really refreshing to support an artist and to actually get recognition for doing it.
Yeah,
And
well, I will
Right.
let her know, and she's
like,
so hands-on, and she's seen my journey. Like, this is my older sister, so she's seen my journey. She was the one that introduced me to music. I was walking around in my Zap t-shirt and my Cameo, and it's like, how does this little
Yes.
girl know about Mama used to say, I mean, just singing all kind of stuff. And Rick James was like, how does she know about this? It's because my sister, and she was a drummer, and she was like the only female drummer for a while anywhere. It just wasn't, you didn't see a lot of female drummers, especially African American women walking around North Carolina with sticks everywhere at 17 years old, hanging out by the Coliseum,
yeah,
walking in wanting to meet the band. And so music is in her soul and it's in her heart, and she's also an amazing businesswoman. So the fact that we can do this together, and she can support me in the way that I love being supported. It's like she wakes up every day and she's thinking about ways to move the football down the field. And the
Right.
football is Shelby and Shelby's dreams. And she goes to sleep thinking that about Shelby's dreams and what she wants to see happen for anything that I do. And I was like, this is so great. So
yeah.
thank you. I'm so blessed to have her.
Yeah, she's killing it as far on the marketing side of things. I mean, again, it's not just marketing and just blindly sending out emails. Hey, check out this new
Mm.
track. She's very very hands on.
Yeah, you
Which
never see a label interact with a fan base. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the biggest surprise. It just
I,
doesn't happen. They may be putting things in the right places or not or whatever they're doing, but when
Right.
they interact with a fan, it's like, wait, what just happened? So
Yeah, well,
that's a
I
rare
sure, to
thing.
me that means so much, and I can't wait to. Of course, she's gonna watch this, but
that's
it's
awesome.
people buy albums and people come to concerts and people. It's like we're people, and
Right.
so when you, and that's, she was raised by the same mama as I was, and so when we talk about gratitude, and I mean just
Mhm.
real basic gratitude, like thank you for taking the time to
Right.
share my post. And so many things are free to people, and it's
That's
sometimes it's something you see that people, they'll share a post from someone they never met, somebody they don't know, somebody that's got 20 million followers, but they won't share a post from somebody that they talk to every day that's trying to build their business or try to do, and we see those kind of things, and you can't really do anything but pay attention and see who does what. And she always says, just watch what people do. And we're
Right.
going to do the opposite, because we know that we want to see our friends win. We want to see people that we love win, and even people that we don't even know, if they're doing something positive, and all we have to do is hit share and to support their dreams. It's like,
Right.
how are you going
That's
to
it.
ask people to support your dreams if you're not going to support theirs,
That's right.
so yeah.
Yeah, I get an email from this one label, and I'm not going to name them. No, I'll name them. No, I won't. This one label sends me, and they deal in a lot of funk, and but some of the jam band type of funk, like Lettuce and those types. They don't represent Lettuce, but they're a label that's very, very similar to that. And they always send me these amazing tracks and tell me about new releases and stuff from certain artists, and I'll get them, and I'll say, "This is really, really good. Is there any way that we can get them on the show?" Ghost.
Ghost. No
Nothing,
response.
no reply, no anything. And this happens multiple times with this specific label. So this was very, very unusual. Again, to tell people about the song, not even directly, or not, I didn't even tag the label. I think I tagged you. And for her to actively be able to see it and send an email, that's just it was great. It was very
Well,
refreshing.
thank you
Yeah,
for having me, and
absolutely.
I appreciate it, and I
Oh,
know
yeah.
that genre does as well.
Yeah. And what's the name of the label again?
Genre, it's JONRE, Genre Music Group. And
Uh,
everybody make sure you follow on social media, because we're just getting started. I mean, this was the beginning. And now that we were talking today just about 2023 and all of the things that we want to do. And Prince would always say, Shelby, you have everything you need. It's kind of like Dorothy with the shoes. She had them the whole time.
Mm.
And so I've learned, the older I get, to really, really understand what he meant when he said that, and to look around very close to me. And instead of trying to get in this door or to try to get at this table, I build my own table. And then I bring people to the table that I want at my table. I'm back there in the
Right.
shed,
right.
cutting my own wood. And I've learned how to do it. I learned from him, with the digital world and everything. I can reach people all over the world. I can write a
Mhm.
song tonight when we get off. And if I want to put it out tomorrow for it to reach people all over the world, I can. And you
Right.
couldn't do that back in the 60s, 70s, that you couldn't do it. And now you can. So it gives us the power and control as artists to be able to get our art to the people. And we don't have to ask permission. We don't have to, none of that. You can do what he's like, Shelby, you can do anything you want. And you
Mm.
hear somebody say that, and I'm like, you can do anything you want. I can't do anything you want. He's like, why? What makes you different than me? And at the time, I just, I would sit, he'd say something, I'd be like, dang, oh, wait a minute. Okay, well, I guess, yeah, yeah, I guess I can do that. I guess I can figure it out and find a way to do that too. And so I'm just glad that he planted those seeds in me that really are starting to bloom now. They've always been there, but they're really, really starting to bloom now. And I feel like I'm going into a new trajectory as far as owning my power, my full power as an artist, and everything I want to say and everything that I want to do. And so I'm so thankful to him for that.
Well, and again, I'm so thankful that you got these singles out and that you're really moving forward, and being so present online now, because there was a time, I guess, when everybody just kind of was very, very sporadically online.
Right.
But you just kind of just kept the ball rolling. But there is a few more things I want to ask you about real quick before I let you go.
Sure. No, I'm here.
The
Sweet.
last time I I did an interview with you years ago, and it was you were in Atlanta with Elisa Fiorillo and also Liv Warfield, and the three of you were in the tent out at Piedmont Park,
I
and
remember.
and I did this interview with you there, and I asked you about I guess the bee farm that you guys used to own. And it was funny because I was like, man, I went back to the interview and she said, oh, they got this, she's got this honey. And I was like, oh, I got to buy Shelby's honey. And so I went onto the website because you would name the website. And I went on there and I got the honey, and it was like, well, I didn't get it because it was like $25 for the honey. And then they want another 30 for shipping. And I remember texting you and I said, Shelby, I would love to get your honey, but I'm not spending $55 for a jar of honey.
Yeah, and neither would I. And here's the thing about that honey company. Just full disclosure, that honey company was my husband's honey company, and yes, I said husband. And so I, as a supportive wife, because that's who I am, definitely got behind that 100%.
Oh, sure.
And Prince sang about it and everything. But I don't even know if that even exists anymore. I have, people ask me, Shelby, what's up with the honey? I'm like, hey, you tell me. I have no clue. Yeah, that's no longer part of Shelby world. Yes, I've moved on. Like I said in my song, that was an autobiographical song. That song was very autobiographical. So I have moved on. No more honey.
Well, husband's gonna last. That's gonna stick. That's
husband. Yes. You can hashtag that.
Well, hashtag that.
Hashtag
husband.
I love it.
Are you still crocheting?
Yes, I'm still crocheting, and I love, people. If anybody I've got like 2 more spots. If anybody wants to put it in order, I'm going to plug that, because I thought got 2 people, and they told me, they were like, Shelby, I'm going to have to wait. So I said, okay, no worries. But yeah, Crochet by Shelby J, and people can email me. I take my emails, I look at them. It's crochetbyshelbyj@gmail, and let me know if you want to get a blanket in. I got 2 more spots available before Christmas. But yeah, I love crocheting. It started as something my grandma taught me. She left me her crochet needles when she passed. I still use those. I made them as gifts for my friends. I made Prince a blanket because I'm like, what can I buy him to say he's got everything. He can buy anything he wants. So I'm like, right. I'll make him a blanket. That's how I'm going to thank him for basically changing my entire life. And he loved his blanket. I mean, he loved it. And so Hannah, I made anybody in the band that had a baby, Donna, anybody, they're getting a Shelby blanket. So during COVID, when everything shut down and I was really at home with mama, I had a lot of time on my hands, and people was like, hey, are you still making blankets? So it definitely provided a revenue stream for me when all of those gigs dried up in 2020. And it became, next thing I know, I went from doing 3 blankets for fun to having 16 blanket orders. And I was like, this is awesome. I could just do this. I can crochet, which really helped me mentally as well during that time, because it was a rough period. But it was just something that still brought me joy. My mom would look out and she'd see me, crocheting, and I get into like a meditative state. And I just love putting love into something and then sending it to somebody, and then them sending me a picture back, and they're like wrapped up in it, and they can just feel it. And I love that. So yeah, I'm going to be making blankets forever.
Wow. I'm going to have to place an order, because I can see myself like Linus.
Like we may actually take up the last 2 spots right here.
Yep. Right. I would love that. And if you listen, I got plenty of purple yarn, because I ordered the yarn and everything. And the girl felt so bad. She was like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I understand. Life happens. Things happen. But hey, let me know. I got you.
It's a wrap.
So did you make one for Marcia? I guess Marcia says, I love my blankets.
Yes, so many of the Purple family have bought blankets from me. James Kidd, Trina, Caroline, so many people. And I write handwritten notes, and I put little surprises in there. I'll throw a couple of little things they're not even expecting. So yeah, I really love that. And I go to the post office, and then the lady at the post office is like, oh, is that another blanket, Shelby?
I'm definitely gonna have to get one. Caroline says the blanket that you gave Prince is still at Paisley. Where is it at in
It
Paisley?
is. It's in the small kitchen. It's on the couch in the small kitchen where he would watch a lot of TV. And we would hang out. There was like a little diner booth and a small kitchen right there off the main, like I guess you call it an arboretum, or the big
Yeah.
open space. And yeah, but there's a little small kitchen right off Studio A. And we would hang out in there a lot, especially when we were recording in Studio A, because he'd be in there working, and me and the girls, or when it was just me at first, I would be in the small kitchen hanging out, watching TV, whatever. And so, yeah, he would hang on that couch and watch the television, and he would be snuggled up in his blanket. And then sometimes, I never forget this, we were hanging out, and one night he comes like walking down, the hallway for Studio A has that mural on the wall there. And it's got like all of these famous people, Larry Grant, all these Shaka Khan, everything. So he's
Mhm.
coming from like the door from outside, and all I can see is like him and this blanket. And the blanket I made, I was just getting my I kept going, and I didn't know to stop. And so it ended up being like a triple king size, and it was like so big. And so he's like dragging it, and it looked like, like when they coronate the queen and the long thing drags behind.
The train or whatever they call it.
Right. That's what it looked like as he's coming down that hallway. And I was like, oh my God. He was just like, I love my blanket. And I was like,
That,
oh my God, that just touched my heart. And
Uh,
yeah, that touched my heart. So
that's
yeah.
hilarious.
that's awesome.
Yeah, Jeff, unless you have sent an email for us, I would not be surprised if she's already got like 5 emails in her email right now.
You
So
know, I hate to say this, but it's already sent. Playing.
I
I'm not
got you,
playing.
Jeff. I got you, Jeff. I got you.
Already sent it.
I'm conducting an interview. Could you not say, "Hey, Chris, here"? What's happening here?
What's going on?
I mean, come on. All right. Okay. I did want to ask you about this too, because I was trying to find this somewhere other than YouTube, and I really want to ask you about God is Here.
Oh wow. God is Here. It's on iTunes, it's on YouTube. Now this song I write my life, and I write straight out of my soul and things that come through me. And a lot of people that don't know, I'm a breast cancer survivor. And in 2018, I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and I ended up having to have a lumpectomy operation. And then I had 30 rounds of radiation. And
Mm.
during that radiation, I would drive. The first one, my mama went with me, and I said, "Mama, I can do this on my own," because during that drive, I could really. It was my quiet time. It was my reflective time. I would listen to certain music that I wanted to hear and just prepare my mind for going to treatment. And when I was on the table, you have to be really still when you're getting ready. And a lot of times with me, I had to hold my breath because of the placement of my where my heart was as to where they were, doing the radiation. And I would be laying there. And one particular day, I was laying there, and I felt alone. And I felt I couldn't believe that I was going through this. And I was like, I didn't see it coming. And I was just laying there, and I was looking around at all the machines. And if you've ever been in a hospital room like that, it's so sterile and quiet, and you hear the a beeping and all this stuff. and
Mm.
and I just felt this sense, and I was like, Shelby, you're not alone. And I was like, God is here. He's with me everywhere. Like, you don't have to worry. You don't have to fear. Just know that God is here. He's with you. And as soon as I could move, I jumped up off the table, and I ran. And the nurse, she was like, Shelby, where are you going? And I said, I'll be right back, because they have a little locker where you have to leave like your phone and all your stuff. And I had to get this idea down on my phone, because things come to me so quick. I would have forgotten it. I would have forgotten the melody and the words. So they were like, I was basically in the middle of my radiation, and I ran in, and I've got my phone, and I was just singing. I was like, no worries, no fear. Just know that God is here, protector, provider, strong tower. God is here. And then I went back in and finished my treatment. And we recorded that song maybe 3 days later with one of my good friends, what I call a serious church musician, a young man by the name of Michael Yelverton. And they cut it right in the church. Those are real drums. Those are live. You can hear it. We cut it right in the sanctuary. And
Wow.
I overlaid some vocals, and that's how the song came to be. And I wanted it to be something that would uplift people. And I decided to release the song the same day as I shared with the world what I had been going through, which was Christmas of 2019, because I wanted
Wow.
people to see the victory and to understand that, to look back and say, man, we were seeing Shelby smiling in like October and November, and we had no idea that she was like going through radiation and had surgery. So I'm like, if they can look back and see that even though I was going through that, I could still find joy. Mama would always say that. She said, no matter what you're going through in life, you can always choose joy. You can always find something to be thankful for. I don't care if 18 things are wrong, you can find one thing to be thankful and grateful for. And so when I put that out, I just shared with people. It was my time. The journey was over. And I could just open up and say, hey guys, this is what I've been going through. And I hope this song, touches you. And it was really special. And me and Mama sat there. We were at the beach. We During that time, we would take Christmas trips to Myrtle Beach. And our whole family was in like this one kind of Airbnb. It was like 10 of us. And we sat there. I did a live. I was in my little elf suit, I think, my little ears. Mama had her ears on. And I opened up and I shared with everybody. And then I just laid there on the bed with Mama. And she was like, I'm proud of you, Pooh. She called me Pooh. She was like, I'm proud of you, Pooh. And we sat there and we listened to the song with everybody else. So,
Wow.
Well, I stumbled on it when I was kind of going looking through YouTube, and I happened to find that song. I was like, man, this song is great. And I immediately went to Spotify. I was like, there's more, is there more like this? Because I was curious if it came off of an album that I missed
Right.
somehow.
everybody's like Shelby because I was raised in the church. And so everybody, when I put that out, they were like, oh, Shelby, please do a gospel album. You have to do a gospel album. Everybody in my church, they've been wanting me to do a gospel album for 20
Yeah.
years.
Mm.
And so I said, okay, so don't be surprised if you if you see that coming down the pike, because
Love
I
it.
just, yeah, I'm gonna do everything that I'm led to do. And
Mhm.
whether that be, I mean, just whatever I'm led to do, painting, acting, musical theater, recording different types of music, doing more philanthropy, continuing to work with kids and underprivileged children. I just, I'm going to do everything that God leads me to do. And I'm going to do
Right.
it unapologetically and with a big old smile. And I ain't going to ask permission. I'm just going to do it.
That's
Well,
that's the way to be. Exactly.
yeah, we definitely would love to hear that, because we're
Yeah.
I was both Jeff Page and myself we not raised together. We were both born in '68, but we both were brought up in the church. We both have religious backgrounds, and
Yeah.
have prayer
'Cause-
lives and everything. But I spent a lot of time in the Christian music industry back in the day of Milo Lefevre and Broken Heart, and
Mhm.
and Whiteheart and Petra and Amy Grant and Carmen and all those guys, and
Love Amy Grant.
and CC Winans and all those guys. And it was just so I did a lot of work for them. I did a lot of stage work for them, doing stage management for a lot of different music festivals and the Atlanta Fest when they would come through here. And
Yeah.
so I have a lot of background in that. So I am not shy about listening to and I would love to. I'm sure everybody here would love
Absolutely.
to to get a
Yeah.
gospel album from you. So
Oh
yeah.
yeah, and I'd have
And
to. I
it's
mean,
All,
my mother was a minister of music, and so she would write a hymn sometimes on the way to church that we'd be singing at church, And I was singing it
wow.
the other day for my sister. She had a hymn, and it went, if you believe, you can receive. If you don't doubt it, God will provide it. And she would write those kind of melodies and we'd be singing it in church like 10 minutes later. And I watched her do that, and
Wow.
that's in me. And so I'm like, I have to continue that. And that's her legacy, and it lives in me. So
Cannot wait to hear all day long. Oh, and by the way, I did go ahead and get an email in, Jeff Page. There's an email sitting in your email box right now, and I just said want one and put my phone number. So
I love the support.
I'll
I thank you. I
send
tell
it.
everybody it helps me keep the train on the tracks. So I definitely appreciate the love and support.
Well, it was an amazing, amazing opportunity to be able
Awesome.
to get you on the show. I'm so again, I am sorry that I did not announce it, everybody. I wasn't sure how much time that she had to spend, so I wanted it to be a surprise and have her come in and talk about the show.
Hey,
Surprise!
well, I'm just sitting here full cheese. I can't even stop. I'm like,
I didn't even tell Jeff Page. I didn't even say anything to him.
Not even
It was
fair.
just I had some notes on there, but he was probably like, it's kind of weird bullet points. It sounded
That
like
was
what
a real reaction when I saw him look at the kid like, what? When I popped up in the backstage room, I saw his face.
Oh, you did?
And yeah, I did. So, man, I love both of you guys, man. I love what you do. And thank you just for the support. It means the world.
Well, tell your sister she's doing a phenomenal job with the support of the
Absolutely.
song. And once again, first off, God is Here. You can find that song that she was just talking about on iTunes and YouTube. It should be pretty relatively easy to put up on Spotify. But
Yeah, I
anyway,
thought it was. I'll get into that. I really thought it was there, but if not, I'll make sure it gets there.
if it is, it's buried in there. But her brand new song is about to be smelling like Thanksgiving, and it's out
Yes.
now on all digital platforms. And there is a challenge that is going on right now. I meant to ask you on that challenge, what's the deadline to get those videos in?
Thanksgiving night at midnight. And we want all the Purple family to get involved, whether you record it on YouTube, whether you do it and put it on Facebook or Instagram. You can tag me. I had a couple of people just direct message me the video. Some tagged myself, The Real Shelby J. Others tagged the label, Genre Music Group. Use that hashtag, About to Be Smelling Like Thanksgiving Challenge, and just have fun with it. I'm enjoying watching how creative people are being.
Well, everybody is so excited that you're here, and again, make sure that does it have to be sent to you via TikTok, or is it?
Oh no, TikTok, we just put it on there for another platform, but you can
Okay.
do it on Facebook, Instagram. Like I said, a few people just recorded it and actually just direct messaged me the video on
Wow.
Facebook.
There you
So
go.
however you get it to me is fine, and we'll just, go through them all, and we're going to share some. We're going to spend that whole weekend, Thanksgiving we have midnight, then the next Friday. So we'll be sharing videos like Friday, Saturday, and everything, just keeping the party going. And then we'll be announcing the winners and giving out the prizes.
That's
And
awesome.
again, one of the prizes will be a $25 gift certificate to the Funkatopia store, so you can pick up some swag. There's also some sketches and stuff of Prince from Mary Johnson, and lots of different things that you can pick up. But very, very cool.
And
And
thank you for that.
oh, absolutely. Shelby J is in the house. Thank you so much for
Thank
taking
you.
time out and coming in. And
My pleasure. Always. The funk, baby. The funk. Pew, 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 pew.
oh, Shelby, before you go, I
Yeah.
don't know if you know this, but starting, and I haven't announced the time yet. I will be announcing the time here very, very shortly, but I'll go ahead and tell you right now. We are starting, we've done this for, I think this is our 7th year of doing what we call Princegiving. We have an online radio station, ASCAP licensed radio station, where we play all of Prince's music from the beginning until the end. And it includes basically over 1,000 songs, and we do it in chronological order.
Shut up.
Everything.
It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous undertaking. It definitely got Prince's attention the first time we did it. But since his passing, we've been doing it. It's our 5-year anniversary of doing it without him. But it's going to be on the Funked Up app, which you can download from the Apple Store and everything else. But it's called Funked Up, and it will be starting Monday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
This upcoming Monday?
This upcoming.
No.
Okay, I'll share it too to let people know.
This upcoming Monday, yes. And it covers everything. So it's including the 94 East sessions, including all that stuff. So it's like there's probably a couple dozen songs before we even get to his first album, to kind of give you an idea of kind of like the depth of this.
I'm excited.
One of the things that we do is that obviously we have bumpers that are all through the whole broadcast. So I have bumpers from Dr. Fink, Peppy Willie, just everybody that you can think of, Donna Grantis, Ida Nielsen. They all have bumpers that are integrated all throughout Princegiving. I would love, before you go, if we can get a bumper from you so I can put her down.
What's a bumper?
Bumpers basically say, this is Shelby J and you're listening to Funkatopia. And that's it.
I can do that.
Yeah. Just
okay.
Whenever you're ready, I'll steal the audio. Go ahead.
All right. Hey y'all, it's your girl Shelby J and you're listening to Funkatopia. Let's go.
Perfect.
I love it.
Yes.
I did a bumper.
Yeah.
You did a bumper.
So that will be nested all throughout Princegiving. So you'll hear your voice during Princegiving as well. And it's going to be amazing.
Okay.
It's fun.
Cool. All right.
Awesome.
Sounds
All right.
good. All right, guys. Thank you for having me.
Up that single, About to Be Smelling Like Thanksgiving. It's available now. Shelby, thank you so much, dear.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. And keep those videos coming. And remember to keep spreading love and light, y'all. We need it.
Thank you so much, dear. Stay blessed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Get them blankets. I'm coming.
Oh,
I'm coming.
The emails are in there.
The emails are in there, so we're ready.
I'm hoping that we are the last two that got those last two slots. So.
And I'll go for an extra large, full size, way taller than me. I love that.
You got it. All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
All right. Sorry again that I surprised you with that. I was going to say we, but I did that.
Wow.
Because I've actually been talking to her for a few days because I knew that we were going to promote. We promoted her song last week, and
right.
The scheduling just didn't work out, and I said, "Well, I'm going to talk about it again because it's not Thanksgiving yet, and the challenge is still going on. So let's yeah."
I was just like, what?
Everyone says, "I hope you used that." I did a bumper. Yeah,
a bumper.
Yeah. Now that you say that, I've got to. I do have to include that now.
It's good.
We have so many funny bumpers. There was so many funny bumpers that are out there right now. Oh shoot, I forgot to ask her. Somebody was asking me if she was going to be at the Minneapolis show. I guess you'll find out. But there's one Dave Watts from the Motet. I was doing a bumper with him, and there's a funny one that you guys hear, and I've told this story before, but we have a lot of new listeners and everything. So I was trying to do a bumper, and I said, "You can do a bumper just like we just did." And he said, "Sure." He says, "This is Dave Watts from the Motet, and you're listening to Funktopia." Right. And I said, there's an A in there. So and Prince used to do this too. Whenever Prince would do a post or on Facebook or Twitter, he would put funk, and then he would put the URL or whatever I posted that he wanted people to go to, and then put Topia. So he would leave the A out. So it would always be funk and then the URL and then Topia. And so I was like, and this domain squatter has been sitting on Funktopia without the A for many years now. And now that Funkatopia has gotten more popular, he's wants thousands of dollars for it. I'm just just whatever. It doesn't matter. Because Google's going, did you mean Funkatopia? Anyways, so we're doing this thing with Dave Watts, and he says, I said, there's really kind of there's an A in there. And he goes, "Oh, okay." And he said, "This is Dave Watts with a Funktopia." And I was like, and I said, "No, there's an A in in the middle. It's funk and then an A, Topia. And he goes, okay, I'll do it again. And he goes, this is Dave Watts from the Motet, and you're listening to Funk Atopia. And I was just like, that's the reason why that bumper sounds like that, because I was just like, this is taking too long, Dave. Funk Atopia is fine.
Good thing he didn't say Funktopia.
And I can't remember.
Man.
See, yeah, it's there, and there's plenty of stories that go with so many different bumpers. That there was like a long one that happened with Dr. Fink when he was on too. But that's a story for another time. But yes, it was such a blessing. She was not Queen Shelby J was not going to be on for until later on in the show, but I just happened to see her sitting in there, so
yeah, well,
it is what it is.
Why make her wait? She's here.
Yeah, so, no need. But welcome to Funkatopia again. This is Funkatopia Live. For those of you just joining us, you just missed Shelby J. You can always rewind and check it out later. But I'm your host, Mr. Christopher, with my co-host, the illustrious Jeff Page. I don't know why. I like illustrious. I think the adjective fits.
I'm illustrious.
You're illustrious, man. But am I hot?
But am I hot?
Am I hot?
So hot.
Yeah, that's an inside joke. We were testing out the microphones before the
yeah, well, let me tell it, because
okay, go ahead.
We're testing out the mic, and randomly he looks in the camera and he goes, "Am I hot?" I was like, "Well, I don't know." I didn't know how to answer it. So, like,
at
sure,
answer truthfully.
And you smell good too, virtually.
You are a virtual smokehouse, sir.
Steaming. You're a steaming, smoking hot, steaming pile of Christopher.
Yes. So we're going to talk about Princegiving here in a second. We got some few tidbits that I want to kind of get out of the way before I kind of go into detail. We're going to talk about some really weird things that have happened during this Princegiving that are making it. It made it a huge challenge to set this up. It's a big thing. But anyways, I am going to be, we're not doing a show next Tuesday because I am going to be out of town. We're leaving on Friday morning, this coming Friday morning, and we'll be flying up to New Jersey for my aunt's 90th birthday. It's just myself and Jaden. And then we're going to New York City. And so Princegiving is going to be happening when I'm not behind the computer, which is really freaking me out. It's because it's so stressful to make sure this goes the way it's supposed to go, that it hits the way it's supposed to hit. And it's really, really stressful. So I will be in New Jersey and New York. I'll be there from Friday until Wednesday. And then Wednesday I'll be back. And then of course I'll be doing Thanksgiving here with my fam and everything. But yeah, so Tuesday we will not be doing any big Thanksgiving plans for yourself, Jeff Page?
Actually, I'm going to Alabama to visit family, Birmingham, or just outside of Birmingham, to visit some family.
Nice.
And and you know what? It's awesome because my mom is coming here to Atlanta from Boston to visit, and then I'm taking her out there. So she didn't really know for sure, but I guess she knows now. So, surprise!
She knows.
Whoops.
For sure. I want to thank everybody. So we're going to talk about some of those challenges and some of the freaky things, and kind of talk about some of this insanity that you can't see, but there's some craziness. Oh my God, craziness. I don't know why I didn't do it in the computer, but so I'm like sitting here handwriting notes and about it's insane.
So
anyways,
old school.
It's very old school. I like writing. I just, when I first started doing the album chats, I think the first 3 album chats that we did, I started at the very, very beginning with Princess for You, and I moved forward like 3 albums, and those first 3 albums, everything was written out in notebooks. And I was like, why am I doing this? This is not effective at all.
This still,
and it takes longer to write it out than it does to hunt and peck it away on a I don't know. Anyways,
I don't know, man. I've got notebooks that I still write in, and even my iPad when I'm trying to take notes, I'm writing, and I'm using a writing app a software to make my notes. It's just better. It feels better to me.
yeah, I imagine it is. But we're going to touch on a couple of different things here. The one thing I wanted to touch on was thank you everybody for all of your kind words for last week's program. For those who missed last week, we did a show called Hidden in Purple Sight, where we kind of talked about a bunch of different songs by Prince that either had things missing, had things hidden in it. Either it was buried in the mix or it was sung in a different language by somebody else, or it was just, buried, or it was backwards, or whatever it was. And we kind of pointed out a bunch of things. And it's kind of funny because obviously I listen to Purple Yoda Radio like a lot. The Purple Yoda Radio, again, for those who don't know, Funkatopia does have an online radio station called Purple Yoda Radio. You can get to it from purpleyodaradio.com, or you can download the Funked Up app. Again, that's just as it sounds, like effed up, but with an N instead. Funked Up, one word. You can download it on the Apple Store and Google Play, and it is a free app. It's ASCAP licensed. It's free, but we still have to pay ASCAP licensing fees because it is ASCAP licensed. Right. One of the radio stations is a 24/7 funk show, which is basically Earth, Wind, and Fire and Ohio Players and Parliament Funkadelic. And yes, there's Prince mixed in and all the Prince proteges and Fishbone and all kinds of different things. And current stuff too, like New Master Sounds and Lettuce and all those. And the other radio station that you can switch between inside the same app is Purple Yoda Radio, which is 24/7 Prince. And it's like all of the deep cuts, not just the hits, all of the deep cuts, just stuff that your jam sessions, all the stuff that you just are not going to, but anyway, so I
hear everywhere.
Yeah. You just don't hear it. But I listen to Purple Yoda Radio like a lot, and sometimes in headphones. And I also started playing racquetball. I've been playing racquetball for like 3 months now. Every single day I've been going out and playing racquetball in the morning after I drop my daughter off at school. And it's been great. It's been great workout. It's been fantastic. But when I'm playing, I play with headphones if I'm not playing a game with somebody. And I found 2 more things just over the past couple of days, and I was just like, oh my gosh. The first one, I'm just going to tell you guys quickly about it because I know the people wanted some more. Here's a couple more for you. I'm going to let you do your own research. The first one is Crystal Ball. I did not know this for whatever reason. Crystal Ball has got a bunch of weird stuff going on in it anyways. There's so much going on in Crystal Ball, but in the very, very beginning, in the first minute, when it's doing all that weird sound effects and whatnot, there is some vocals that are buried in the background. I can't hear what they say. I don't know if it's backwards. I don't know what it is, but there's something that is buried in the background there that I did not hear until today when I was listening via headphones, and it just happened to be a quiet moment. And it is that there's something that's buried in the background. I would love for people to try to be able to figure out what it is, but I don't know if it's forward or backwards or whatever. The problem is that the prizes with these are not normally great. It's like, even if you somehow manage to pull out the vocals, it's normally something even more cryptic than not knowing what it is.
Right.
So there's that. The other thing is, so if anybody wants to take it on, pull up Crystal Ball and listen loudly for that, just even that first 30 seconds, and you'll hear it. Everybody's asking, what kind of headphones do you recommend? I have Sennheisers, and I also have these here. I don't even know what brands these are, but Sennheisers are really good because they're really good. Sennheisers are good for recording, and AKGs are good for recording as well.
That's right.
An Audio Technica, there's another good one, but there's like a bunch of different ones. They have low end ones. Do not use, if you're planning on recording music, do not use Beats. Beats are good for listening to music. If you want to just kind of just enjoy, the thickness and, some of the surround sound, Beats are really good audio headphones, but do not use them for recording because your output will not match what you're hearing in your headphones.
Exactly.
It's totally different. But if you're listening, anything's fine. But these I happen to be listening in the regular Bluetooth, Samsung Bluetooth headphones that I had earbuds in. So it wasn't anything fancy. You don't need anything fancy to be able to hear that. But anyways, but the other thing that I saw, this is a visual one. Sorry for the people that are on the radio, but I'll try to be descriptive. But in the album for Chaos and Disorder, I don't know why I didn't know this, and maybe other people knew this, and I just didn't. I just missed it. And I'm sure there's something else too. But inside of the teardrop that is coming out of Prince's eye,
oh yeah,
is the Warner
Brothers
logo. It's upside. It's a Warner Brothers logo that is upside down and kind of buried in there. But you have to zoom in on it. But yeah, it's an upside down Warner Brothers logo inside of Prince's teardrop coming out of his eye.
Wow.
So yeah, that's pretty interesting too. So there's a couple different things for you that just to kind of add on to if you enjoyed the show last week. Yeah, it's what it is. So
Wow.
yeah, it's pretty cool. There's all these little different weird things that are out there. So a lot of people are asking me about this friggin' book that I got on Amazon. This is the book right here. It's called Prince, All the Songs, The Story Behind Every Track, by a gentleman named Benoit Clerc. And he does a lot of these All the Songs ones. I think he's done, I think if you look on Amazon, he's done one for David Bowie.
Mm-hmm.
There was somebody else too. There was like a few people that he's done this for, where he actually goes and finds out the story behind every single song that was released by a specific artist. And
Right.
Again, I guess David Bowie started this whole trend, and then he's kind of done some others. If you want to look that up on Amazon, if somebody wants to look it up on Amazon to find out, it's Benoit Clerc, which is Ben, like Ben, O-I-T, Benoit, Benoit, and his last name is Clerc, Clay, C-L-E-R-C. And again, it's Prince, All the Songs, and he's done a couple others. But I don't think anybody really, truly can appreciate just how friggin' big this book is. And I can't even, it is like a family Bible. It is
Study edition with notes.
I don't even know how you even, it is so friggin' heavy. It's like 6 pounds or something like that. And it's like over 600 pages. And it is just the most obscene size wise, but it's got some great photography in it. It's got some great, I got to make sure that I want to copy this Amazon link for you guys so you can go pick it up. I'm going to want to copy that link URL and put it out there for them. Definitely pick it up, because it's pretty phenomenal, and it's got some photography in here that and pictures and stuff that I have not seen. And there's been a lot of different, and it talks about each individual album. And, I guess the other thing too, that's a little bit, and it's broken down in chronological order. So, which is even more, and it's got pictures of other artists too. It's got, Dez in there, and it's got some really, really cool stuff, but it's huge. It's a friggin' huge book. It's so big. And here's the thing, when I pre-ordered it, and it was $60 for this book. So basically it's about 10 cents a page or whatever. Mm-hmm. It was $60 for the book. But then when the book shipped, I guess the price of the book dropped, and they ended up refunding me like $8 or something like that.
Right. And
now I think if you go to that, Amazon link, are you able to post it?
Yeah, it's like I posted it. It should be there.
I see. Yeah.
It's like
so
45.
The Amazon link is in there. You can also see it on our Facebook page too. A lot of people are asking about this book. They have a bunch of different questions. Well, I didn't see Undertaker in there, and I didn't see this, and I didn't see that, and I didn't see the time, and there were some time songs in there. There was Jungle Love and The Bird and some things like that. which Jungle Love shouldn't even really been in there technically because
Right.
that was Jesse Johnson's song. A lot of people don't know that, but Prince kind of gets credit for Jungle Love, like a lot of the credit, but Jesse Johnson pretty much wrote that song. And he had the whole entire song structure of that song that he programmed by himself and everything. And I think it would him and Prince just kind of worked on the lyrics together, but like the song structure and the way that it was done. Jesse had already done it.
Right.
But all that being said, the unreleased stuff is not in here. The stuff that he wrote for other people is not in here. So there's not like I can't completely totally verify that, but because I haven't like gone over it song by song to kind of see what's what. But because there are some things too here, like Stand Up and Be Strong, and I mean they even have it. Welcome to America stuff is in here too. So this is current. This is not. This is about as current as it gets. I mean, so this book right here is really, really good. But right now, currently on Amazon, I think the pricing is $44. And let me tell you, for this book, which it's a solid, high quality book with nice thick pages, all chronologically ordered. I'm trying to do as best as I possibly can. All chronologically ordered with some great photography, all broken down per albums. It even has a thing in the back, an index in the back as well. Yeah, but if you have Amazon Prime, you don't have to worry about the shipping part of it too. So that's the other people that I wasn't worried about. Well, it's going to cost to get a ship. Well, if you have Amazon Prime, it doesn't matter. You just order it and they'll ship it to you. I still don't know how that works because some of the things. I mean, this book alone probably paid for my Amazon Prime.
Right.
That's just ridiculous. It is so heavy. That's the reason why on Facebook I'm like this, because it was like it's so big. To kind of give you an idea. No, I can't go behind the green screen, but there is Dwayne Tudall's book. The big Dwayne Tudall's book only comes to about right there when you. It's like because this is how big this friggin' book is.
It's a big one.
Now I was considering getting the Kindle version because I like to. Here's why I like to order stuff with Kindle is because when you order Kindle, what normally happens is that if you want to look something up, you just go into the Kindle and you go into the search thing and it will search the whole entire book for any mention of whatever that is. So if I wanted to look through all of Prince's discography and find out any song that Des Dickerson was involved in, I can just go to Kindle and I can just put in Des and I will be able to, get it in there and find out any songs that he was attached to or that he was involved with or that he commented on or whatever. But what's cool about this book by Benoit Clerc is that it not only has the when Prince went by the symbol, it doesn't say Prince, it has the symbol. I'm getting a lot of crap about that lately. Whenever I post, 24 years ago, Prince released this, and it's like, oh, he wasn't Prince then, he was the symbol. Oh my gosh, travesty. It was like, just calm down.
Calm down.
Calm down. It's fine.
We know.
He was Prince. He was Prince. It's fine. Just relax. It's fine.
It's fine.
But it also has it has the name of the song. It has all the artists. It shows where it was recorded. It even shows the technical team and the recording engineer and the stories on everything. It's really good. Now, here's the other thing too. It's not speculative. That's the other good thing about this. It's not speculative. It's so it's based on interviews. It's based on other things like everything is in there is documented to show where it came from and where he got his information from. So that's, you got to like that too. It's not for every little thing in here, but nothing is speculative or it's just, or rumor or conjecture. It's all based on facts. So it's very, very cool.
That's awesome.
Anyways, so that all being said,
that's an impressive book.
It is an amazing book.
Amazing.
There was that other book too that was written by that artist that they sent us. They sent us 2 copies, and I have yet to give you your copy, and I haven't even read mine yet. But it was another Prince book too, and I'm trying to remember what it was.
Oh.
But anyways, some of these books are just so massive. And I also got the latest book, the latest photo book from Randy St. Nicholas, the latest photography book, the big one, the massive one, because somehow I won it on, I want to say I won it on eBay for like $25. I was like, somebody had bought it for the full price of $100 or whatever it was originally. And I guess I put it on there and nobody I don't know. There wasn't any. If he or she didn't put Prince in the description, so it wasn't popping up on people's regular searches and whatnot. So it was just kind of sitting there, and nobody was bidding on it. And it was like 10 minutes left, and I was like $25.
Why not?
And yeah, I won it. So it was crazy. So I love getting that. But yeah. Let's go ahead. We're gonna put up that let's put up that URL one more time. So if people are interested in picking up that Benoit Clerc book.
All right, I'm doing it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be fantastic. All right, so a couple of different things. We got some things that people were curious about. So we put up both on Facebook and YouTube. We also got that Amazon link. If you want to pick up that book, do. It's an amazing book, and if you have Amazon Prime, you can get that book shipped to you for free, and it's massive. Even at $44, which is probably a little bit steep for some folks, and I get that, it's worth it because you'll be reading for the rest of your life.
And if you don't know how to read, this is a good way to learn.
It's more voluminous than friggin' Dwayne Tudor's books. It's just that much information. Well, now, here's the thing with Dwayne Tudor's books, though. Dwayne's books don't have pictures. I think there's some pictures in the middle or whatever, but most of the time they're not. It's like all text. It's a lot. I'm so looking forward to this new book. A couple of really cool concerts. First off, there was the other thing too, is when Shelby was here, she mentioned that she was walking around in her Zap and Cameo shirt. There is a concert now, a concert series called Funk and Soul that's happening in Houston. And I don't know if they're planning on taking this on the road. I'm hoping that they do. But in Atlanta here, they misuse the word funk like so poorly. It's really annoying. They'll say it's Funk Festival featuring New Edition and featuring, like these people that are not funk.
Michael Bublé.
Not Michael Bublé, but they'll use just like the like R&B stars and stuff.
Right.
Like, it's just like, it's strange. It doesn't make any sense who they pick. But there is one now called Funk and Soul that is taking place in Houston, and it's happening December 3rd. So if you happen to be in the Houston area, if you happen to be in driving distance of Texas, there's this festival called Funk and Soul. It's featuring Zap, Cameo, SOS Band, Midnight Star, and Club Nouveau. Yes. Now, Club Nouveau, okay, I got it. But Zap, Cameo, SOS Band, and Midnight Star, that's a funk show. That right there is a funk show. So I'm hoping that they take this on the road. It will be amazing. If you get an opportunity to get there, if you happen to be in the Houston area around December 3rd, go to it and send me some photos and some clips, please. I definitely want to check it out. The other one that people are talking about is the Lauren said, Chris said voluminous.
Yes, you did. And it was like, wow.
It's a real word. Yeah. And the other one that people are still talking about is this Thanksgiving one that's happening in Minneapolis, and it's happening at Bunkers. I do not know if it's sold out yet or not. I would imagine it's got to be close to, if it's not sold out, it's got to be close to being sold out. That's happening Friday and Saturday, November 25th and 26th. So not this Friday coming up, but the following Friday, the right after Thanksgiving. So Black Friday and the other day. It is called Minneapolis Sound Family Reunion. Of course, that MPLS sound. It's Minneapolis Sound. It's MPLS, and then it's like Minneapolis and Sound share the same S, and it's so annoying. It's the second annual one, but it's going to be featuring Bobby Z. Dr. Fink is going to be there. Kirk Johnson's going to be there. Tommy Barbarella is going to be there. Kip Blackshear is going to be there. Tony Christian from Maserati is going to be there. So many people. It's going to be a big purple hangout that's happening in Minneapolis at Bunkers. That's going to be the 25th and 26th. And if you happen to be in Minneapolis or in the Minnesota area or St. Paul, you got to check it out. It's at Bunkers. It's a pretty awesome. Yeah, you went to. I was sick.
Yeah,
Right?
I went to the Bunkers. Yeah, you weren't doing well.
Yeah, I wasn't doing well. I was not in a good spot.
Not a good place at all with that.
But
it was okay.
Not a good spot. So it was what it was. But yeah, so last time I was at Bunkers, I can't remember who was there. I want to say it was Dr. Mambo's Combo was there the last time I was at Bunkers. But yeah, it was, and it was cool because Sonny T was there and they were just jamming. I think Levi was there too. It was just, and he was sitting in, and it was a whole thing. So absolutely, it is a very, very cool club and a very small club. But and matter of fact, I was hanging there with Wally, the late Wally Safford. I hate saying late Wally Safford. It just happened. It's just it's too much. But yeah, it was Wally and I and Rodney Fitzgerald, and I can't remember who all was there. But yeah, that was the last time I was at Bunkers. A very, very cool place and great show happening this upcoming Friday and Saturday after Thanksgiving. So definitely want to do that. A lot of people have been asking me too about New Year's Eve.
Well, before you do that, just so you guys know, when you go pick up your tickets, it looks like they're not sold out. And they have VIP tickets and an add-on where you can get a full color poster. So there's a lot going on for that. So maybe, check it out. And just thought I'd add that extra piece in there for you guys.
Oh man, yeah. So that's if I had the capability to do it, I'll just be getting back from New York City on that Wednesday. I'm not turning around and going to Minneapolis because I'm supposed to also be going to Orlando December 1st, and then I'm also going to be going up to over to California because a lot of people don't know this, but my lovely daughter Jaden is actually performing. I don't know if you know this, but she's actually performing in the Rose Day Parade.
Jaden gets hers. That's awesome.
Yes, Jaden is going to be performing in the Rose Bowl Parade. That's January 2nd. So if you guys watch the Rose Bowl Parade on January 2nd, she's performing with her school, the Brookwood High School, which is here in Northeast Atlanta area up in Gwinnett County. But she's going to be performing in the Rose Bowl Parade. And so we're going to be watching that. And we're got this whole entire trip just to watch her perform for like 5 minutes because she's going to be going with the school. And my wife and I are not doing everything that they're doing.
Right.
They're going to be going to Disneyland. They're doing all this stuff. There's like a whole bunch of different events that they're doing. And we're not doing any of it other than watching her at the Rose Day Parade. So, and we couldn't stay with her. We couldn't hang out with her. We can't go to any of the things she's doing. We're going to watch her at the Rose Day Parade. And then she's leaving the day before we get to leave because I had to use like Delta miles to make this happen. And when you use Delta miles, they make it all screwy so that you have to like fly back and they're on a red eye and do all this weird stuff. So she's actually going to be home a day earlier than we are. We're going to be stuck there. So we're doing all this. We're going to be like in LA for like 3 days and just for 5 minutes to watch the Rose Day. It was like,
well, maybe at some point she'll pencil you into her calendar and she'll make time for you guys too, when she gets back. Have her people call your people, and then you guys will get together.
Yeah, so very, very cool. Rose Parade is very, very awesome. And I'm looking forward to it. I will record it, and then I'll play like the little 20-second clip. If it's that it will be worth playing because you'll like see her coming, and then there she goes, and then it's over.
Yeah, well, it's still a big deal.
Yeah, it's like a 3-mile trek or something like that. It's or maybe even longer than that. It's like a long trek.
It's pretty awesome because everybody does know that parade. So it's not like, small time. I'm just doing something. It's big. That's awesome.
Yeah. So, so anyways, needless to say, I got a lot on my plate here. I'm going to be doing 3 trips in the next month and a half. So I can't do it. I'd love to go. I love all the people that are in there. And this is a lot of people are asking me about New Year's Eve party at Paisley Park. I've been hearing about this New Year's Eve party that's going to be happening at Paisley Park. I've heard it from a couple people that say it is going to be happening, but they have yet to announce it. And they also have not, there's no announcement about who's performing. Most likely it'll be a DJ or something. Who knows? It will be some type of purple party with a DJ, I'm sure. I have not heard anything about a live band or anything, but nothing's been announced. No tickets have been sold. For all I know, it could just be it could be all speculative. I don't know.
Right.
But as far as I know, I've heard from a few people that towards the inside that the New Year's Eve thing, there is going to be something happening at Paisley Park on New Year's Eve, but they have still not have said anything. But leave it up to them a month and a half down the road to not mention anything.
I know.
It's very unusual for them to do this. I know you're looking at our schedule, our talk schedule, Jeff, and I'm going to switch some stuff around. I'm going to be bouncing around here just for a second.
Good.
But this is pretty typical for Paisley Park. Yeah. Okay. Let me take a time out too, just to mention this. This is not something that's on the board, to give some props to Paisley Park. Paisley Park, we've talked about, I did a post on this on Facebook about all of the things that the estate at Prince accounts across all of social media has missed.
Right.
They absolutely positively are not mentioning anything. So like we had you have the 35th anniversary of an album and they just totally miss it. They don't say anything about anything.
Right.
And it's really kind of borderline disturbing about all the different things that are out there that they could be celebrating and releases of different things. And they don't tweet about anything. And the last post that they've done was for the autumn shopping sweepstakes. And that was on October 24th. That was the last tweet that they did.
Right.
And then before that, it was the same thing. It was still for the autumn shopping sweepstakes. And that was October 11th. So they did this post on October 11th about the sweepstakes that they were doing. And then like almost 2 weeks later, they did the same exact post again. And then before that, it was nothing. So, and then I think they were talking about the hits collection when the hits came out, the new Milky White vinyl hits collection came out. And then before that, July 29th.
Go quiet. Yeah. Tumbleweed.
What is happening? Why is there nobody running their social media on the official Prince sites? So the reason why I say this is because I want to give props to Paisley Park, because I realize that there's some symbiotic things that are going on between the estate and Paisley Park, but Paisley Park has not been dropping the ball. Paisley Park has been on top of it. They have been doing regular social media posts. They're celebrating different things, and they're making sure that, everything is, it's pretty amazing. They've been really, really good about all of their, I'm actually pulling up their Twitter feed right now as I'm talking, but they have, they've been regularly doing posts on things. Like today they just put up a picture of the microphone with the Prince symbol on it, that he used very, very heavily during the Third Eye Girl session. But they also they showed some clips from the Tommy Barbarella concert that happened at the event hall. They talked about the release date. November 9th was the official release date of The Raven to the Joy Fantastic. And when that was released, they're kind of doing like we're doing.
Right.
On social media. A lot of people have picked up on what I've been doing. And that is, I think it's cool, because I think it's cool. So, because they're regularly staying on top of everything. And so props to Paisley Park. Thank you for staying on top of it and giving the fans what they want for sure. Here's one thing I can say about the store though. A lot of people are asking me about some of what's the next box set coming out. For all we've heard, I think I just saw somebody mention that there was going to be a Dirty Mind Deluxe box set. I don't think that's not happening. It's just not happening. I'm just telling you, it's not happening. But the last thing I heard was that there was working on a Parade box set. So something that was going to be working with Under the Cherry Moon type of thing. And I actually, I don't know if I can.
Uh-oh.
I'm not gonna say it. I just can't say it. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. I'll share it with you, I guess. Anyways, all that being said, they're talking about a Parade box set that's been kind of in the works, but the problem is that they've had a lot of different they've had a lot of issues with the movie ties, because the movie itself has changed hands many times. So it's kind of all of the it's just been a mess.
Right.
But I'm trying to pull this up and it's not. Anyways, I'll just tell you what it is. You guys know the service Cameo, right? Where you can pay fans or pay artists and actors and musicians or whatever to send you a personal message.
Right.
I've done that a couple times for other people, just the actors and stuff, but I never, just so we're clear, I never ever have bought a bumper. Just so we're clear.
Right.
A lot of people wonder where you get all these bumpers for Funked Up and Funkatopia radio show and stuff. It's like, you just saw us do it for Shelby J.
That's what we did. That's where they come from.
That's where they come from. Every time that anybody's on the show, we ask them to do it. We tell them what we're using it for, and they're completely cool with it. And that's where those come from.
Right.
But there was one that really kind of tickled me, because on Cameo, Steven Berkoff was on Cameo. For those who aren't familiar with the actor Steven Berkoff, he was the one who played the husband of Prince's love interest in Under the Cherry Moon. And I paid Cameo. I paid Cameo to reenact, I'm going to see if I can download this. Because I got to play this. I asked him if he would reenact the answering machine from Under the Cherry Moon.
No way.
I wanted him to say, "You're not listening to that Mr. Christopher and Funk Up, are you? Because if you are, I'll kill him. You know I love you, darling. That's what I wanted. I wanted him to reenact the answering machine. Well, he did it. I'll share it on Facebook at some point. But he's a lot older now, so it wasn't nearly as scary or animated. It was almost kind of red a little bit, but it was still funny. And I will post it at some point in time, but I've got to ask for it. I've got to see if he'll do it. Just, can you reenact the answering machine on Under the Cherry Moon? And so I wanted to kind of pull it in and put Prince's piano behind it, because he was playing piano the whole time. And I wanted him to do the things like the whole answering message. But he only did part of it, but it was still funny, and I'll post it at some point in time. But anyways, I don't know why I went down that rabbit hole.
How'd we even get there? But it's okay. It's a great story.
Most people are not going to get it. So Isaac Sharon, right? Correct. Thank you, Mr. B. Kings. So it's funny, because we were talking about the box set, and I kind of went down that rabbit hole. And I don't even know if it can be heard on this or not, because it keeps asking me to log in to see this, and I don't, and I wanted to play it to download it on. Let me see if this is muted. Oh, hold on a second. I'm gonna see if I can unmute it. Hold on a second. I don't know if you guys can hear this at all. I'm gonna see. Maybe you might be able to. I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I don't know if you could hear that or not.
No, we couldn't hear it, and that was Isaac Sharon.
You could hear it. I could hear it in my headphones.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
so.
it.
But anyways, so yeah, so there's the whole thing.
Well, that was great. Thanks.
Yeah. Maybe it's just you that can't hear it. It's surprising because I can hear it and I'm seeing the level. So I don't know.
Maybe
it might
just
be.
me.
I don't know. I don't know if anybody else heard that. I don't know. So there's that. Okay, what was the next thing on the list? Let's just get this over with.
Let's move on. Right?
Yeah, let's move on. So here's one thing I wanted to give some props out for the store. I've railed on this for years now, but for years, every single year for the past 3 years, the store, the estate, has released a calendar for Prince and the Revolution, or just Prince or whatever, just Prince photos.
Right.
And they don't release it until, they don't even ship it until March or something crazy. It's like,
the following year.
Yeah, right. Of the year that it's
of the year it's right.
You're losing 3 months or whatever before you even get the calendar. So I wanted to make sure that, we give a little bit of props here that, a little bit of props here that they are actually doing it this year on time, which is like a real shocker to me. So they've got a 2023 calendar and poster book. I'm actually showing it for those who are actually watching video right now. That is up on the store.prince.com, a brand new calendar for Prince and the Revolution live. You can pre-order it, and the expected ship date is November 24th.
That's awesome.
Will actually get the calendar on and actually be able to use it for that calendar year.
That's perfect.
Which is really great. So they've got some really cool shots in here, a lot of the iconic photography. And I like that what appears to be, they've kind of folded up this calendar here, but what it appears to be is that you can hang it up and just do the photo. Or you can, so I guess once the year is over, you want to have a calendar just has a picture, you can do that, which is really cool. So they've got 2 different things. They've got a photo with the calendar underneath it, and on the flip side, which is folded over, is just a photo. So once the year is over, you can turn the calendar over and then you can use it just to hang up different photos, which is really friggin' cool. I'm very cool. Very pleased. I got to give major props to the store for getting these calendars out in time. I'm so excited for you guys.
Yeah,
this is really good. I'm sure it will be a high quality calendar. It is $35, but I think if you add it to the cart and then you back out, put in your email, go through the process, don't buy it, back out, a couple days later, they'll send you a free shipping coupon.
Man, how are you going to send a life hack? How are you going to put the life hack out there just like that? Hey, great job, guys. They're doing awesome, but let me tell you how to get around the system. What is that? What the heck? Wow.
Hey, I wouldn't be me if I didn't say no.
Yeah, but hey, it's still in order, so it's still support.
Did you forget something? Yeah, I forgot that I did not want to pay shipping. So,
oh man.
Anyways, yeah. That all being said, congrats to the store. That's awesome that they're actually doing that.
It's someone just placed an order, so it's going to be funny if they go, "Oh, I just hit send."
That happened to me the other day. I was at the football game for Jaden, because Jaden does color guard. That's why she's doing the roast parade and everything with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like hungry, and it was right after halftime, and I bought a hamburger and French fries and a drink, and I bought my wife a drink, and I'm putting ketchup on the burger, and then the guy over the speaker goes, "And just so you know, all food is now $1."
Right? You're like, oh.
I was like, dude, if I'd have bought this 2 minutes later, I could have got this for $1.
Well, that's better than, well, just so you know, that's not ketchup.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I guess there's a lot. A couple of other things too. And we're going to talk about Princegiving here. I got two more things to talk about, and then we're going to talk about Princegiving. First off, speaking of purchasing and getting your Christmas orders in, the Funkatopia store, which is funkatopia.com/shop. So that's FUNKA, not Funkatopia, Funkatopia. FUNKATOPIA.com/shop. Everything is on sale in the store. I mean, everything is, I'm not here. Everything is low in price. You can get some really, really cool Funkatopia gear, and everything that is in the store is free shipping. Everything. And sometimes when I ship some of this stuff out, the shipping ends up being about what they paid. It's like,
right.
I just gave this away for free. So check it out. It's on sale right now. Funkatopia.com/shop. There is a bunch of gear in there that you need to grab hold of. And if you're a Patreon supporter at patreon.com/Funkatopia, you also get money off too. So like certain people get 10% off and 15% off. So if you're a Patreon supporter, make sure that you go back and look at your things there. Or if you forgot what your code is, got code, you can get
Got a code.
Gear. You can get discounts on gear on top of the sale pricing and free shipping. You don't even have to wait for an email. It's going to give you free shipping. And lastly, before we talk about Princegiving, everybody knows that we had the amazing Gilbert Davison on the show, and he is actually works very, very closely with Mike J. Garcia and Taika and all the fine folks for the Love for One Another charities. And we are going to be doing if you guys remember a few years back, we had a big thing that we did with Bootsy Collins, where we did a huge raffle where you donated money for a raffle, and you had a shot for every $5 that you donated. You got an entry into this raffle for amazing prizes. I think this one package that was just like, it was vinyl, it was posters, it was shirts, it was all kinds of stuff. It was this massive thing. And what was cool about that is that it really did well for the charity, and we were able to raise a lot of money for the charity, and people just like, hey, I'll throw $5 for a chance to win that.
Right.
And then whoever won it just won it. And we had like 4 different prizes. So we had like a massive grand prize. It was like a bunch of stuff. And then we had, prizes that are going down. But we are, after we get through Princegiving, in between Princegiving and Christmas, which can be a Princemas event. I don't want to even talk about it. In between Princegiving and Princemas, we are going to be doing the Love for One Another's Charities raffle. And so I just want to let you guys know that it is coming. So get ready. Do not donate anything for that right now. You can definitely donate to Funkatopia for sure. But don't donate anything for that raffle just yet, because we want to put everything together. But to kind of give you an idea of some of the cool stuff that is being that is already being included in the this is crazy too. This is kind of very loud. We have a 1999 jacket, an actual 1999 jacket, and legit from that era 1999 jacket that's in there. And
it comes in a loud bag.
It comes in a very loud bag. Hold on a second. I'm going to go ahead and open it because it's still not worn, but it is a 1999 jacket. Very, very cool. Da-da-da.
Yes, that's good looking.
Yep.
I like
cool. Very cool 1999 jacket. That's going to be in the raffle. That's probably going to be that's definitely going to be part of one of the grand prize ones. Also in that grand prize, look this up on eBay.
Right. Oh man.
Per Nielsen's book, Prince, the exhaustive in-depth documentary by Per Nielsen Prince. Even though it's a smaller book, it's it's pretty much what Prince Vault is based on. This between this and also the Vault the book called The Vault. If you look this up on eBay right now, it's a lot. It's it's not cheap. It's not cheap. I mean, just write the book. I think even if you find somebody who happens to be letting it go for $50, that's still get that.
That's still
yeah.
You still get it.
Obviously, Funkatopia gear. You're going to be getting that too. Plus, on top of that, we've got vinyl. So we got brand new Parade vinyl, brand new, still sealed, and it's this is one of the original ones too. Let me try to see. This is a 1986.
Oh wow.
It's wrapped.
Yes.
It's wrapped. Here's one that's not wrapped, but Prince at the Times maxi single with La 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 He He He. That's going to be in the raffle. And we're adding stuff all the time. Matter of fact, I think there's a couple of shirts as well that are going to be in there, and a wrapped Prince piano and a microphone deluxe set 1983. That is also going to be in the raffle. Again, this is courtesy of Mrs. Wellington's Warehouse, that auction house that we keep talking about. That's really, really cool. It's on Facebook. You want to join that auction house, just look for Mrs. Wellington's Warehouse auction. And they've given us a lot of stuff. We got the jacket from them. We got this from them. But I'm also adding stuff from my own personal collection too, like the Per Nielsen book, like some other vinyls and stuff, and some shirts and whatnot. But all this stuff we are creating this big pile of stuff that's going to be raffled off for the Love for One Another charity. So between Princegiving and Princemas, we'll be doing that auction, and we hope to do that somewhere mid to late December is when we'll do the drawing for it. And hopefully we'll have folks with us on board on the show that will do the drawing.
Yes, that would be awesome. You
That
never know.
all you need to know.
Awesome. That would be awesome. And you never know.
All right. So
Raffle. Paper rustling.
I don't understand. Roy said, I was looking at Roy's comment. Roy said, "So what's rumored as being new?" I don't know what you're referring to.
Anything that's new?
Sandra wants to know if we could have David. It's actually Nick Garcia to make a Prince cane again. Yeah, I'm sure that he would. If I asked him to do it for the Love for One Another charities, I'm sure that he would. It would be an amazing.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, and the Parade vinyl that I showed you is actually that's not the original one from 1986. I just found out. It is an actual, but it's vinyl and it's new, unopened, and it was an MPG Records release from 2017. But the album is from 1986. So let's talk about. So get ready. That's coming. Love for One Another charities. That's coming. Let's talk about the last topic of the evening that everybody wants to know about, which is, I forgot. Yes. Thank you, Lawrence, for reminding me. For those who have not heard it yet, Morris Day's brand new album, Last Call, is available on all platforms. Very, very cool, very old school funk, very, very laid back. Like you can kind of see your uncle kind of shuffle into it.
You can groove to it.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's definitely pimp funkin' type of this laid back type. It's a good album. It's got a lot of good stuff on it. I am going to be doing a review on that and posting it on Funkatopia here in the near future here. But Morris Day's new album, Last Call, is available, and I don't know what is going on with you folks on Facebook. I don't know if you guys just don't like. I'm not a big fan of Morris or what it is, but whenever I do a post on Morris Day, it's like the engagement on those posts are just like, Yeah, and what was Prince doing back on this day? And it's like,
Right.
wow, what is happening? It's a new album for Morris Day, and you guys are like crickets. I was like, uh, just crickets. So,
Well, I'm excited.
oh,
That's all I'm saying. So
oh,
I'll always love Morris Day stuff. So
yeah, it's a great album. I love, yeah,
yeah.
it's his book was good. His all kinds of yeah, Morris got some good stuff. It's great
Right.
stuff.
Right.
Oh yeah, somebody Roy was talking about the fact that I had mentioned about there must have been something on the post where I said rumored about being new. I don't remember what I said that referenced that, but may have been the parade set. Oh, the New Year's Eve thing I think is what I was referring to.
Hmm.
I'm not sure what I was referring to there, but
I
anyway, let's talk about Princegiving. Princegiving. For those that do not know, for those that do not know, Princegiving is an event that I've done for many years now. And I'm not going to say we on this one. It's pretty much been I've
Yeah.
done it for
Oh.
Many years now, and it is a massive undertaking that changes every year. For those that don't know, we have an online radio station which is Purple Yoda Radio, purpleyodaradio.com, or on the Funked Up app that you can download from Google Play and the Apple Store for free, and it's free. It's ASCAP licensed, so that's the reason why we always ask for your support. That's the reason why we ask for your support, is because those one-time donations for Venmo at Funkatopia and on the Cash App, $Funkatopia, and via Patreon. Patreon is the biggest one. Patreon.com/Funkatopia, FUNKATOPIA. Those individuals on Patreon, without those individuals, without the people that participate in Patreon with us right now, this app would not exist. So thousands of people that listen every day all around the world are being held up by the members of Patreon,
Right.
which there's not a whole bunch. Because this is Purple Yoda Radio and the other radio station are ASCAP licensed radio stations. And so that means that every single time that we play a song by an artist, it's ASCAP license, and we have to pay that. And those Patreon supporters are what keep it alive. The one-time donations that some of you folks do, not via Venmo and Cash App. There's some folks that also donate via PayPal as well. Which is like an old school. They've been in there forever. But anyways, every year during Thanksgiving, I take all of Prince's music that I have, and not like the extended versions or any of that stuff. There's some things that I do put in there extended because I just kind of feel like certain things shouldn't not have extended versions, I guess. I've considered doing extended versions for stuff that has extended versions, but I just can't.
Right.
But anyways, every single bit of his music from the beginning, and when I say beginning, I mean 1975, the first song that we actually have from Prince as a demo, 1975 until the Welcome to America in 2021, which is a lot of music. Just so we're clear, it's a lot of music. Just counted it, all the tracks that we'll be playing on the show, and the number is ludicrous. It's even higher than what I told you, Jeff.
Right.
Princegiving will start. I was going to start it on my birthday on November 18th, but I'm not doing that because I need to be back behind the computer when it ends the first time. It takes over 3.5 days to play all the music in chronological order from beginning to end, which is ridiculous. And we've done this. We've talked about this before, where if you took all of Michael Jackson's material, and I keep bringing Michael Jackson, but he's the only one I've added up, including the Jackson 5 stuff, all the Jackson 5 stuff, all of Michael Jackson's material, including the greatest hits and, some of the, other stuff that's out there, it takes roughly about 20 hours to get through all of Michael Jackson's stuff. 20 hours. For Prince, is not even including the stuff that's still in the vault that we don't have. It takes over 3.5 days. And we're not talking about greatest hit stuff. I mean, all the stuff is on there. We play it through. With Michael Jackson, I'm talking about playing the albums and then playing some stuff again by playing his greatest hits albums.
Right.
3.5 days. So Princegiving is starting, just so we're clear, because we're not doing another broadcast. We're not doing another Funkatopia Live before this starts. Princegiving will start Monday, which is the 21st, right? 18th, 19th, 20th. Yeah, Monday, November 21st at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So starting at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, November 21st, we will be playing all of Prince's music in chronological order, starting from 1975, going all the way through to 2021's Welcome to America. And just so you have a little bit of an idea of just how much craziness we're talking about here, and I may have to I kind of took some notes.
Yeah, just a few.
I took a couple of notes. I'm not going to read you all these notes. I'm not going to do this to you. I'm not going to do that to you. But to kind of give you a little bit of an idea, some highlights, just some highlights.
Just a highlight.
For You came out, his very first album, his debut album, came out in 1979. That is, I was trying to find out. I'm sorry, 1978. I'm sorry, 1978. Before we even get to the For You album, I have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 25. I have like 27 songs from Prince. 27 songs to play for you from Prince before we even get to For You.
Which is crazy.
27 songs by Prince before we even play For You. Now you're like, what is that? Well, those are the demos that have been released online, the demos that he released. Those also include the 94 East sessions as well. Plus, on top of that, there are about an hour's worth of, and one of those 27 tracks, one of those 27 songs is an hour long. And it's an hour long session called the Loring Park Sessions, which is kind of like outtakes from 94 East. So we have 27 songs, one of which is an hour long, before we even start getting into his discography. And the way that Princegiving goes is we go through the years. So we'll be going through 1975, 1976, 1977, and then we'll get into 1978. And when we start a year, I play all the material that has not been released onto an official album yet. Mm-hmm. And those include songs that he put out there that, he may have just thrown out there on like a video, like maybe one of the Third Eye Girl channel, and they put it up, and then it was out there for the general public to download or do whatever, and then was taken down, all that stuff. And then once that's done, then I go into the album for that year. And if there was multiple albums in a year, like for instance, there's like a few different situations like that. Like if there was, multiple albums in a year. Like if I'm looking at 1985, for instance, 1985 had a ton of tracks, and then on top of that, you also had because there's so many things in here. You had it's crazy. You have Paisley Park. I mean, Around the World in a Day. You had it's just so much stuff. You had The Family that came out. You had a Time album that came out. Yeah, like all this stuff. It was just it's ridiculous. So I play all the stuff in chronological order. So if there were multiple albums that were released that year, I played them in chronological order that they were released. So whatever album came out first, I'll just play them in order. Now, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I went ahead and counted for you, manually counted the songs. You guys ready?
Ugh.
I'm just kind of curious how many songs we're talking about for 3.5 days. How many songs we're talking about? Anybody want to take a guess? Somebody want to take a guess in the chat room and take a guess and just kind of take a wild guess. Now I gave you the roundabout number, Jeff.
Yeah,
but
you did.
The number that I gave you is low. Now, it's
Right.
not like insanely removed from that number, but it's very, very close.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not 2000, just so we're clear. I'll just go ahead and give you the number because these numbers are going to be all over the place. 1,211 songs. Right. My should get like almost hit it on the
Man.
She gets 1,200. 1,211 songs are going to be played. Now, this also includes the albums that he wrote in entireties, like, for instance, Bria Valente, the Times albums that he actually wrote. Like, I did not do the original album, the Condensate album, because he wasn't involved in that, which is one of the reasons why they couldn't use the name The Time. So those are the things I'm kind of talking about. It's like, stuff that he did not get involved in. I didn't go like all hardcore into, some of these other things. I tried to kind of be a little bit more, it was a lot. But 1,211 songs takes over 3.5 days to get through. So what are you going to do? Are you going to sit and listen for 3.5 days without getting sleep? No, you don't have to, but you do need to listen while you're awake. That's because what we're going to do for you is that we're going to start this Monday, November 21st at 8 a.m. is when I start this, and it'll probably be like late afternoon before we can get to For You. But not late afternoon, but it's got to be at least a few hours before we get there. Then on the evening of Thanksgiving, Thursday, at 8 p.m., so with a 12-hour offset, I'm starting it all over again and doing it for another 3.5 days, so that everything that you missed while you were sleeping
is playing.
You'll be able to hear.
That's right.
So anything that you missed, if you're like, oh, I can't go to sleep because my favorite album's coming, don't worry about it. You just tune in later. Tune in for the second wave. That's right. I've done it this way every single year because I don't expect everybody to sit up for 3.5 days listening to this. But it's 1,211 songs, and it goes for 3.5 days starting at Monday at 8 a.m. There'll be some time in between when it stops and when the next one starts. I'm probably just going to let just Funkatopia, the radio show, just take over just like it normally does. And then we'll kick it back on at 8. Last time I did, I think I did a few of the NPG Music Club broadcast, the broadcast that they put out for the NPG Music Club. But I'm not doing it this time. Anyways, it's going to be a lot of fun. You guys it's going to be amazing. So, and it starts, and it's called Princegiving. And I want you guys to know, this is very, very important for you to know. This is almost like a pledge drive in a way, because of the fact that the radio station is ASCAP licensed, it can end up being pricey. And so definitely need your help.
Right.
When Princegiving is running, if you can, do some one-time donations. This is not like PBS where we're going to like stop in the middle of the broadcast and like do this, 20-minute
Yeah,
thing.
with pictures of children that are really sad.
Yeah,
No,
it's
this
yeah,
isn't this isn't that.
it's crying puppies and things like that. We're not
Yeah.
doing any of that stuff. Where it's there will be messages that happen like once every couple of years that kind of say, please donate if you're enjoying yourself. Da 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 da. But I think they're like 1 minute or 1.5 minute messages, and that's it. And then it goes right back into it. And it doesn't happen a lot. It happens like every 6 or 7 hours or something like that. So it's just kind of reminding you that this is what's happening. So please, please, please make sure that you donate a one-time donation via Venmo at Funkatopia. That's FUNKATOPAA, or via the Cash App $Funkatopia. Again, FUNKATOPIA, or become a member of Patreon. Patreon.com, Patreon. I don't know why they put that AO in there. Isn't patron without the E?
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand why there's an E in there. Patreon.com. People are like, why don't they just call it Funkatopia? Why do they have the A in there? Patreon.com/Funkatopia, FUNKATOPIA. That is the best thing to do because you'll become a monthly supporter, which you can do. You can do it at any level. You could do it from $5 up, whatever you want. And I also give the members of Patreon also get stuff too. I send stuff out every year. I send out stuff, all kinds of stuff, books and CDs and whatever to members. So it has its benefits just for being a member, but you also support the radio station and stuff like this. So please, 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 please do the donations when Princegiving is happening. I will greatly, greatly appreciate it. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Monday, November 20th at 8 a.m. I'm sorry, November 21st. Whew, don't tune in too early. Monday, November 21st, 8 a.m. Princegiving. It's going to be happening. It is happening. I'm not kidding you. It's happening. And it's 3.5 days of Prince's music in chronological order, painstakingly put together, piece by piece, by yours truly. It is a mess. It is such a massive undertaking. And the system was different this year. Before, it used to run from this computer. And I used to just kind of drag the albums over in order, and then I kind of have to like plan things out. Now the system is online because whenever the power went out here, the radio station would stop. Or if the internet provider went out for whatever reason, the radio station would stop.
Right.
So I had to stop that, and everything is online now. Everything is backed up. Everything is there, and so it's a brand new system. So I had to reset up everything. I had to literally manually pull every single track over. Nightmare. Yeah. And also put in the bumpers, and I wanted to be cool about the bumpers too. So like when we're playing Third Eye Girls album Plectrum Electrum, I wanted Donna Grantis's bumper in there, and I wanted Ida Nielsen's bumper in there. When we played Welcome to America, since Morris Hayes did the production on it, I wanted Morris Hayes. And when we play the time stuff, I want Jelly Bean's bumper to be in there. So those are the types of things that I'm thinking about and planning out so that it's a whole experience. And what's really, really cool is that when it used to run from this system, the random files, not the albums, but the random files, sometimes there's like 30 or 40 songs that are not on albums for that year. I'm not kidding you. And they would just be in kind of like an alphabetical order. I actually went through and moved them around so that they flowed. So it's not it actually has, it's a whole thing. It's going to be an amazing Princegiving this year. This Monday coming up, 8 a.m. And then if you want to, and you can bring yourself to do it, and you're not going to get in trouble with your family, you can tune in again on Thursday at 8 p.m. and we're going to do it all over again. 12-hour offset so that you can hear everything that you missed when you were sleeping. So, Man, I am so excited to announce that date because it has been a massive undertaking. I have about an hour's worth more work to do, and then it's all going to be out there. Just have a question for you. Here's a couple of trivia bits for you. I have all the quantity of songs for each year. What do you think is his busiest year? Like what year do you think has the most songs in it?
Are you asking me?
Yeah,
Actually,
it's a trivia question. Anybody want to guess? Anybody want to guess which year has the most songs that we'll be playing? Which year?
Which year? Ah, that's an interesting one.
Now, keep in mind when you think about the period between 1984 and 1988 when he was just on the tear.
Yeah.
Those are like crazy. Kiaria is guessing 1987. In 1987, when we get to that year, it was a big year. He had 64 songs released in 1987. 64. Most artists do that in their career.
Right.
He had 64 songs that and that's not even including the stuff that's in the vault that we don't have. These are tracks that did not find it on the albums, and actually albums. There were 64. That's not the highest. That's not the highest. Branham says 1986. 1986, he had 68. And you're close. Those 68 songs that he released, it's ridiculous. Just between 1986 and 1987, he had 132 songs just between those 2 years.
Wow.
Just in those 2 years. So 1986, it was 68 songs. 1987 was 64 songs. And that was close. That was the second busiest year for writing that he did was in 1986. Someone said 1985. Nope. 1985 was tied with 1987. He also had 64 songs in that year as well. And then it starts dropping off. But then in one year in particular, it spiked. I'll go ahead and tell you because you guys are going to guess. Everybody says 88. 88 actually was a pretty light year, actually, to be totally honest. 88 was only 35 songs. Only 35 songs. That's like the equivalent of 3 albums.
That's still a lot.
That's friggin' ridiculous. I mean,
35.
both you and I write music. You know how long it takes to write 35 friggin' songs?
Right.
1990 was his busiest year. That was the one that had the most songs that I have. 71 songs.
Wow.
1990. 71.
That's just
It's
that's a lot of flow. That's all I'm saying.
It's a lot of flow. And there's some other ones that are really, really close. He did 55 songs in 1993. He was in a writing mode in the 90s. Of course, we didn't see a whole bunch of that, but 55 songs in 1993. He picked up the pace again in 1998. He wrote 60 songs in 1998. Again, this is just released songs and stuff that's out there that you can actually find. A couple years like 1995 and 1996, he wrote 47 songs each year, each of those years. And then it really didn't do too much in the 2000s. I mean, there really wasn't. I think the busiest year in the 2000s was in 2004 when he released 44 songs that we actually have. And then in 2015, 37. But yeah.
Wow. Altogether,
1,211 songs are going to be played during Princegiving, which takes over 3.5 days. And that includes, there are a few songs in there that are an hour long. You have big long ones. I mean, you have, smaller ones like The War. I mean, The War is like what? 50, it's like 20-minute long song or something like that. I don't know.
I think it's 20 something. It's long.
I actually have the long version of Junk Music that's going to be playing during Princegiving, when Junk Music with Eric leads, and that is an hour long. That is the longest song that is, as far as I know, that is the longest one that is that is in the collection, is Junk Music. And and it's him and Eric Leeds, and I can't remember who else is in that mix. I'll have to look it up. But yeah, Junk Music is super long. I think there's an Eric Leeds edit that is like 35 minutes long. But I went ahead and played the hour-long version. And of course, before For You, we actually have the Loring Park sessions, which is an hour long. It's multiple songs. It's not one song, but it's a Loring Park sessions, and it's an hour-long track as well.
Mm-hmm.
But man, got a lot of amazing music that is that's going to be coming at you. So if you are yeah, and of course, yeah, John was saying, yeah, plus he was touring and doing movies and
He's
creating weird ass stage plays and kind of
going
trippy stuff, and he was just like he was a friggin' machine. But yes, I am so excited. I'm looking forward to Princegiving. I'm looking forward to it clicking, because the thing about it is that I'm going to be in New York City when it starts, so I'm going to be tripping. Just make sure that it starts on time. I'm going to be like, oh, please start on time.
Yeah, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine, and it's going to be awesome. Awesome time.
It's going to be a good time.
Day and night. Doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And it's quite an undertaking. So I hope that you will support Funkatopia on this. And it's coming November 21st, this Monday, coming up, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're on the West Coast, I think you're like 5 a.m. But it's okay. You can still sleep until 8, and you probably will not be at For You yet. So
right.
And then we'll replay it again on Thursday at 8 p.m. So Thanksgiving night will start again at 8 p.m. And that will go from, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It'll basically go into Monday morning.
Mm-hmm.
So, right. I think it ends like somewhere close to just past midnight, like 2 a.m. or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. It's a lot of work, and it's backbreaking work. And I was blessed enough that Prince actually heard me do it one time before he passed.
Right.
And this has been so very cool. And that was what sparked that conversation that I was having with him on Twitter. That
giving it away versus
sparked the bootleg conversation.
Yeah.
He says people who share don't get sued. Bootleggers do. So,
right.
Not going to bootleg Jack. I'm sharing music with you. I'm sharing stuff with you.
Exactly.
So
enjoy it.
It's going to be a lot of sharing. That's the reason why it's called Princegiving. So that is our show for a free-for-all. We still went long. I am sorry. Jeff Page, I know you've had a very busy week. And obviously, we had the surprise of Shelby J joining us at the beginning of the show, which kind of added about a half hour to the show. But it was really, really fun to have her on. I love having her on. She's a good friend.
She's awesome.
She's a really good friend. And I love talking with her offline. And she's a really just amazing, bright soul, and very cool human being. And thank you again, Cammie. Happy early birthday. For those who don't know, this Friday is my birthday, November 18th. It's my birthday, and it's kind of coming up fast. And then
getting up there, man.
Yeah, I'm getting up there. Yeah, I will be 54 on Friday. 54. And then you too will be 54 just a couple of weeks later. That's correct. When's your birthday again? December?
I'm exactly a month. 18th.
December 18th. Yeah. So my birthday is November 18th. Just tell me this isn't fake.
I know, right?
November 18th, 1968, and he is December
18th,
1968.
That's awesome. Yeah, it worked out well. Yeah. For the 18s.
And when Rob Witham was with us, when he was part of our team, he was also born in 68. So we started calling ourselves the 68s,
68s.
which is actually pretty cool. I like the 77s, but 68s. So props to all you fine folks. Thank you guys for hanging out with us again. And I will be on a plane on my birthday, flying up north into the cold, cold weather where the high is going to be 40. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. But you guys keep everything warm. Thank you so much for joining us today. I greatly, greatly appreciate you guys spending some time with us and hanging out. And I hope that you guys will be tuning in to Princegiving. And we look forward to seeing you guys sometime soon. Adios, amigo y amigas.
Adios.
See you fine folks. Good night.